This is my video for the Suki Ibis for Chris Capoon, and these are my Suki locks, my collection of 4 that were given to me by Chris Capoon, either as a gift or in a trade, and I'll always cherish them because each one has a picture of Suki. That picture means that Chris has picked this lock, and Suki has sealed it with her approval. Now, my cat story, my family has always had dogs and not cats, and I really didn't have a cat in the family until I was almost in college. My parents got a cat. I think someone gave it to them because they couldn't take care of it anymore, or I don't know why we got him, but we did. She, her name was Ming, and she was a Siamese cat. If you've never had a Siamese cat, then you don't know what cats are. Siamese cats talk incessantly, and they argue with you, and they hold a grudge. Very peculiar cat, but very nice cat. And I didn't get another cat until I got married. My wife's family was a cat family, and she did not like dogs, so that was that for dogs. So we got a kitten from a friend. Her name was Emmett. She was all gray, and she had a personality like I've never seen any animal. It was completely human in all respects. She would always sit at the table to have her meals with us. She would talk to you. She would argue with you. She'd walk down the hallway screaming at you. And just a really wonderful cat with children. And she was mainly an indoor cat, but we let her go outside only if we put a long leash on her, maybe 15-foot leash, and we weighed it down with a brick so she couldn't go but so far. That is, unless a dog came into the yard. Then she, the dog, the leash, and the brick went flying across the yard. The brick didn't stop her. She was very defensive of our property. Good cat. She passed away at age 18, had a good life. And we had several cats since then. And when I retired, we didn't have any cats, and we moved out in the country here. And I'd already been retired for several years. My wife was still working and wouldn't be retiring for another couple of years yet, so got kind of lonely out here. And she said I could go ahead and find a cat. So I went out to different shelters and rescue places and looking for another gray cat. Couldn't find any. No gray cats, no gray kittens. And finally went to the SPCA where they have the rescue cats. And the only 2 cats they had left, or kittens, I wanted a kitten, was a solid black one and a kind of a calico one. Well, orange and white, except it wasn't like your normal tabby cat. This one, it was all orange with a white chin and entirely white chest and belly, and a white spot on his paw. They're both males. And I decided I'd get the orange cat, and they let you go into a room and get acquainted with the cat and play with the cat. I decided we got along, and decided to adopt it, and went back, had him back in the cage, and the black cat was just staring at me with these sad eyes, all alone in that cage. They're the only 2 in there. So I got the black cat and brought him in the room and played with him, and we got along. And then they brought in the other kitten, and they both seemed to get along. They were cellmates. So I decided I'll get them both. I can't take one away and have the other by itself. So we got them, and we named them the black cat Boo and the orange cat Hummer. And let me see if I can find a picture of them for you. You can see, there they are. Hummer on the left, Boo on the right. And there's my logo there that my father painted. He painted that for my wife for Christmas one year. And I decided to use the head of the fox as my logo. But that's my cats. And here's my favorite photo of my cats right here, looking out the window and sitting side by side, just like they did in the cage. Let's see if I can lighten this up a little bit. And what I like about it is Hummer's got his tail wrapped around Boo, like he's got his arm around him like a pal. And Boo has got his head slightly cocked toward Hummer. And I just think it was a real sweet picture. So there are our two rescue cats. They're about 8 years old now. And they occasionally come up to my lock lab here and sit on the floor, or Hummer would jump up on the table and get in the picture. That was always a handful. We called him Hummer because as a kitten, you could hear him purr 2 rooms away. I mean, that was the loudest purr I have ever heard on any animal, any cat, any feline. And it just went on and on for years. So that's how he got his name, his Hummer. Okay, that is my story about my cats. And this is for Suki. Have a restful sleep, and we'll all see you again, I'm sure. Bye.